Hello, everyone. Welcome to our PowerPoint on Cultural Studies Curriculum in Physical Education. I'm going to start by sharing my screen so I can pull up our PowerPoint for the day. So this is a very special unit for me. Because we're going to be talking a lot about some of the Asian cultures and Asian sport. And one of the things why it's so important to me is because my wife is from Thailand. And so we're going to definitely reference Thailand as well as other Asian countries. So for example, we're going to have some mixed martial arts. We're going to learn some Taekwondo and those types of things in the gym as a precursor to some of our sepak takraw, which is kind of like a foot volleyball type of content. So that's what we're going to be learning throughout the unit. Also, today we're going to spend a lot of the time learning about the language, the food, other aspects of the sporting cultures, specifically of Thailand. So what is to come? We're going to start off by looking at greetings and some other aspects of language, food, and then I'm going to share a lot of different pictures with you about some of the adventures that we've had in Thailand over the years. Also to really be able to hear more of the language, and we're actually going to connect it to the affective domain and personal and social responsibility. We're going to have a little story and we're going to listen to the Thai language in a story setting. And I'll also be able to connect back to one of the songs that I've written about Thailand and my experiences and some of the historical aspects there. It's called Deep Tuan. So to start off, I wanted to start with a greeting, and for men in Thailand to say hello, they say Sawadee Krap. And then for women, they say
สวัสดีค่ะ It's a greeting.
Yes. So another thing they would say is like Sabai mai, and that means like how are you doing? So that's part of that greeting as well. So I want to introduce you all to my wife, Jirakan Pongpanik Yates. And she is going to be sharing a little bit more about some of the food, and then she'll also be able to read the story later. First, the language though, Thai language.
Hi everyone สวัสดีค่ะ My name is Jira. Okay, so first let's talk about the Thai language. In Thailand, it is a tonal language. We have 59 letters, symbols, 44 consonants, 15 vowel symbols. For example, in this, okay, so I'm gonna give you the example of the tonal, right? We do ma, 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 and each one have is their own word. So ma is mean come. Ma is mean horse. Okay. Ma is mean dog. So I know it's a little bit challenge with the Western here because you guys don't have the tonal, but each one is different meaning. So that is an example. Okay, another one Jamie like it. เสือ เสือ เสื้อ Okay, so เสือ is a tiger. เสือ is a mat. And เสื้อ is shirt. So เสือ เสือ เสื้อ three different meaning, three words.
Very difficult tonal language, but there's also some intricacies in their foods too that are very difficult. Look at these fruit carvings.
Oh, okay. So this is fruit. In Thailand, we have a lot of fruit and vegetable. Fruits playing a big part in the culture in the country, right? My family have a fruit orchard. We have durian, mangosteen, rambutan, longan, and different more. So this one is a fruit carving. Uh, so we like to make them look pretty. So this one you can see like the leaf is made from mango. Just cut some and make them look like a leaf. And the watermelon in the back that my friend carved it for our wedding, and that is the whole watermelon. They're doing rose, and then this kind of a basket, a swan basket. So
Yeah, so you can also see in the middle picture there for our wedding, it was actually a pink party, and everybody wore pink for that occasion. So that made it special as well. But yeah, overall, food is a very important part of the Thai culture. One of the things that I learned was when I was out there was they literally had food on the table like all day, and they have a thing called gin len len, which is eat for fun, and they literally just like
it's
eat
like,
for fun, eat a snack
it's
whenever
like
you want.
but we have a lot of fruit. Yeah, when I grew up, we don't have dessert, so we just eat fruit after meal or snack. Fruit is all day long.
So that was very interesting. And you'll see food in a lot of part of the other slides as well. A lot of coconut curries, as you see in this picture here. But this is a restaurant on the beach, and in the background you can see a lot of the Thai people love to play soccer, and so they were playing soccer on the beach. So that's a big part of their sporting culture. This was from the islands Koh Phi Phi in the southern part of Thailand. And here's another shot of the fruit carvings from the wedding. Maybe my wife can help describe some of these foods. I know some of these are very spicy. You can see the peppers.
Okay, so we have a green curry in the bowl, fried fish, and then okay, the one is look like a stir fry chicken, I believe. And then the last one is we like to have the fresh vegetable and dip with some kind of a chili paste. We have different kind of chili paste. Here's another way to eat more vegetable. It's good. I like it.
So in each part and region of Thailand, they have different degrees of spiciness. And I can say that in the southern part of Thailand is really, really spicy, even for breakfast. So here's another picture of us from the pink party. This pink party was pretty special. It was actually on the middle of a lake, all on floating rafts. So another huge, huge part of the culture is that tightness of the families themselves. You can see from the left to right that is Jira's sister, and then her father, then her mother, and next to Jira is her brother, his wife, and his son. You can see me in the back. But one of the things that really ties this all together is thinking about how in Thailand, everything is a collectivist culture. So it's really about the group and especially the family. And so a lot of times they won't even travel or go anywhere without the whole family coming along. So yeah, when we had our so-called honeymoon, For the first, I would say 5 or 6 days of it, the whole family came too. So it wasn't just us going on our own honeymoon. They like gave us a few days on our own at the end. But you can see this was probably a part of that trip. Some of the ancient temples in the background there. So it's definitely a Buddhist culture, and some of those teachings of Buddha have been around for thousands of years. This is another photo depicting more of the sporting culture in Thailand. This is at one of her schools growing up in her hometown. And you can see I'm kicking what's called a sepak takraw. And so that's what we're going to play. And so there's different ways to have some footballing where you circle up and just try to keep the sepak takraw in the air. They also play it competitively on a badminton court, as well as they have a really high basket, almost kind of like basketball, but you still just use knees, feet, and even elbows, just not hands, to get it through the basket. So there's different versions of this sport as well. Very difficult for those that don't have as much foot-eye coordination. That's also why it's important to learn some of these martial arts and different ways of kicking to be able to be successful in some of those sports. You can see this is also from our the honeymoon in Koh Phi Phi, and one of the very important sport pastimes there is rock climbing on all of these limestone faces. You can see this is the picture of me belaying her as she's at the top, taking a picture looking down over the ocean where we were climbing above. There is also several spots where there is some reef to make some decent waves. You do need a big monsoon storm, though, to be able to actually get any size. You can see they're not very big here, but we did get one day where the waves did get overhead. This is a picture of Jira's aunt and uncle, and this is another favorite pastime of them, is to hang out at the beach on these awesome wooden swings. And so that's definitely more of a leisurely type of physical activity that they get involved with at the beach. Another national pastime is kickboxing. So all throughout Thailand, you'll see different kickboxing matches and people training. Very, very dangerous. You can see it throughout movies too. They have a very famous actor named Tony Jaa, who is one of the leaders in their kickboxing styles. Another sport that is very famous is paddling, and so this is kind of like a big team paddling, rowing / canoe type of experience where they would paddle up and down the rivers. You can see how brown the water is. This very rainy at times. This was right after a big rain. And so, yeah, it's a tropical climate. You're going to get lots of rain and storms. This picture is from one of the older temples, and why I wanted to include this in this talk was because, you know, sometimes you'll need to run away from these monkeys. So not all of them are as friendly as the one that is on my shoulder here. Some of them get very aggressive and will bite you and will steal your things. And so you have to be very, very careful. This particular temple, the monkeys took over. And so this is a part of a town, Lopburi, where literally the monkeys kind of own the temple and people bring them food as a sign of respect. Here is a picture on some of the beautiful hiking trails that they had. This is another overlook of the Koh Phi Phi Islands. In the other part of the inlands of the southern part of Thailand, they have this national park called Khao Sok National Park. And there's lots of different types of boating activities there. This is a typical longboat. That's how we got to our resort. Here's a couple other pictures on different styles of some of those different longboats. You can see they've got really long motors, so that stick out the back that propel them. There's lots of kayaking, and you can see some homemade paddles. This was a picture from our resort, which was also floating on the water. This is on the side. You can see some of those huts that we stayed at, literally on the water. Lots of swimming, diving, and another thing about some of the cultural aspects of swimming. You can see some people don't even wear bathing suits. They kind of cover themselves in normal clothes to swim. And also, you notice the personal flotation devices, the PFDs, the life jackets, because it's not as common to have swim lessons and have a whole society of strong swimmers. Many of the people there are very fearful of the water, in fact. So this is another picture from Ayutthaya, and learning a little bit more about the history. This was one of the older capitals of Thailand in the olden times, but now the capital of Thailand is Bangkok. Some of the things and activities that they had in that town were some of the elephant rides. You can see we did not take those elephant rides because they're not always the most humane treatment towards the elephants. So we didn't want to take advantage of them. They have some excellent snorkeling and different reef systems throughout the Thai beaches and islands. And so that's another really good physical activity, and lots of amazing, beautiful fishes and sea life, turtles and sharks. And here's some other pictures of great hiking trails going through the rainforest and incredible waterfalls. And so that was a pretty special time right there, because this was the first time the two grandmas met and were able to take a long hike together. Some other amazing shots walking around the ancient cities of Ayutthaya. So at this point, I wanted to have you all hear a little bit more about the Thai language. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass the microphone back to my wife. She's going to tell a story about Mimi. She's going to read it in Thai first, and then kind of debrief it and talk a little bit about what it means, but I'll kind of give you a preview. This is about a little schoolgirl who found a really nice pencil box that wasn't hers, and she took it home, and then the teacher was helping the student who lost the pencil box find it, and she felt really bad. So really, it's a good lesson that we can even use in physical education about the affective domain of, doing the right thing even when other people aren't watching. And so we're going to hear a little bit more about Mimi and her story. And what's really cool about this is illustrated by one of her good friends. So she'll show you some of these illustrations as well.
All right. กล่องดินสอในฝัน Okay, so this book is actually my daughter's favorite Thai book that we read all the time. Okay. Okay. วันนี้เป็นวันเปิดเทอมวันแรกมีมี่ดีใจที่จะได้ไปโรงเรียนคุณครูประจำชั้นคนใหม่ของมีมี่สวยมากทั้งยังใจดีไม่ดุและไม่ตีนักเรียนเลยมีมากมายทุกคนเรียนหนังสือและเล่นสนุกกันทั้งวันในห้องเรียนเพื่อนๆพากันไปล้อมดูกล่องดินสอใหม่ของแพรกันใหญ่โอ้โหสวยจังเลยฉันไม่เคยเห็นที่ไหนมาก่อนเลยคุณพ่อฉันซื้อให้เป็นของขวัญวันเปิดเทอมจ้าแพรบอกกล่องดินสอ a pencil box มิมี่ชะเง้อดูกล่องดินสอของแพรด้วยความสนใจสวยจริงๆด้วยมิมี่กลับมานั่งที่โต๊ะของตนและรำพึงว่าดูกล่องดินสอของมิมี่สิเก่าใส่ดินสอได้ไม่กี่แท่งเองทำไมคุณแม่ไม่ซื้อกล่องดินสอใหม่ให้มิมี่บ้างหนอเย็นวันนั้นหลังเลิกเรียนขณะที่มิมี่กำลังจะกลับบ้านก็เหลือบไปเห็นของสิ่งหนึ่งตกอยู่ใต้ม้าหินอ่อนมิมี่จึงเก็บของสิ่งนั้นใส่กระเป๋าในทันทีเมื่อมิมี่กลับถึงบ้านวันนี้แม่ทำของโปรดให้มิมี่ด้วยนะสวัสดีค่ะคุณแม่มิมี่ก็รีบทำการบ้านอาบน้ำกินข้าวและรีบเข้าห้องนอนมิมี่หยิบสิ่งที่เก็บได้เมื่อตอนเย็นออกมาจากกระเป๋ามันคือกล่องดินสอในฝันที่มิมี่อยากได้มานานแล้วสวยจังเลยกล่องดินสอสวยเช้าวันต่อมาคุณครูประกาศว่านักเรียนจ๊ะกล่องดินสอของแพรหายไปใครเก็บได้ให้เอามาคืนครูหรือแพรด้วยนะจ๊ะกล่องดินสอของแพรหายเสียดายจังอ้าวหายได้อย่างไรเมื่อวานยังเห็นอยู่เลยเพื่อนๆส่งเสียงกันเส่งแซ่วันนี้มีมี่ไม่กล้าหยิบกล่องดินสอออกมาวางบนโต๊ะเหมือนทุกครั้งต้องค่อยๆสอดมือเข้าไปในกระเป๋าและหยิบดินสอกับยางลบออกมาพอใช้เสร็จจึงรีบเก็บโดยไม่ให้ใครเห็นตลอดทั้งวันมีมี่ไม่ได้พูดกับใครเลยและก็ไม่กล้าเข้าไปเล่นกับเพื่อนๆด้วยเมื่อมิมี่กลับถึงบ้านก็รีบทำการบ้านอาบน้ำกินข้าวและรีบเข้าห้องนอนแต่มิมี่นอนไม่หลับทำอย่างไรดีนะมิมี่ไม่มีความสุขเลยถ้าคุณแม่รู้คุณแม่คงโกรธมิมี่แน่ๆเลยและคงไม่รักมิมี่อีกต่อไปถ้าคุณครูรู้คุณครูก็คงจะไม่ชอบและเพื่อนๆก็คงจะไม่อยากเล่นกับมิมี่อีกมิมี่ได้แต่คิดด้วยความทุกข์ใจไม่อยากนั่งใกล้มิมี่แล้วโกรธมิมี่ขี้ขโมยแม่เสียใจมากนะเราจะไม่แบ่งขนมให้มิมี่วันต่อมานี่กล่องดินสอของแพรใช่ไหมจ๊ะมารับไปสิมิมี่ยื่นกล่องดินสอให้แพรขอบใจจ้ามิมี่เป็นคนเก็บได้แล้วเอามาส่งครูเพื่อนๆปรบมือให้มิมี่ด้วยสิคะเสียงคุณครูดังก้องอยู่ในหูและเสียงปรบมือของเพื่อนๆก็ดังไปทั่วห้องหัวใจของมิมี่พองโตด้วยความสุขจากนั้นมิมี่จึงหยิบกล่องดินสอใบเก่าออกมาจากกระเป๋าพลางบอกกับตัวเองว่าแค่ใช้กล่องดินสอของตัวเองมิมี่ก็มีความสุขที่สุดแล้วจบแล้วค่ะ so yeah to make it short Mimi the little girl she found her friend right just got a new pencil box and everybody saw it at school and that evening she found the pencil box under the bench when she walked home. So she picked up the box and she was so happy that is the pencil box that she really liked. So she looked at the box, she's so happy that night. But the next day, she know that her friend missing the pencil box, and the teacher announced to everyone that if somebody saw the pencil box, please bring it back to the friend. And she was so sad. So she knows she's the one pick that pencil box. It's in her backpack. So she kind of like, oh, she's not happy like last night. It's totally different. And then she think about it overnight, and the next day she decided to bring the pencil box and return to her friends, and everybody's so happy that she found the pencil box is back to her friend, and they all clap for her and say thank you, and she's back to happy again. All right, and yeah, we will learn a lot from Mimi as well. I hope you like the story.
So a lot of the kids' books in Thailand do have those important lessons and morals, and so definitely an important lesson that we can learn, especially if we're talking about the affective domain. The last thing I just wanted to chat about was, some of the things that we learned today and some of the history that I learned in my visits to Thailand. I also wanted to share with you, of course, in the form of a song. But yeah, rather than do the song over the internet here with you now, I'm going to make sure that I get to sing this song to you live. So I hope you enjoy the song Deep Tuan.